no, this is the best comment. Somebody said, what do this mean? And somebody replied, it means he don't got a job. Somebody replied under it and said, is that real? I'm extremely excited to get into this one, and I'm not gonna lie, I was working on an entirely different video for tonight, and my phone starts blowing up out of nowhere, and I'm like, man, what in the crap is going on? And I check it, and you guys are spamming me with notifications about Sharif Cooper. To be 100% honest, when I saw what you guys were tagging me in, I had to double check it and actually do my own research because I thought it was a joke. You never know nowadays. I mean, that one guy on Twitter, Ballsack Sports, he has fooled ESPN like 3 times by now, so I had to do a double check. Like I was saying though, I was working on a different video. I guess that one will have to wait because we gotta get this one out now. Just like always though, I greatly appreciate you guys tagging me in this news as fast as you do, because yeah, eventually I would have heard about it, but not as fast if you wouldn't have tagged me. Whenever you mention me and stuff or send me DMs of what's going on, it helps the channel out so much you don't even understand. More times than not, I base a lot of my videos off of what you guys tag me in because I know you want to see it. And I'm gonna try to find the notifications of the first couple of people that sent it to me. My boy Jaden, Crane Train, Nick, and some other people. Thank you so much. I'm pretty much beyond excited for this video because number one, come on now, I'm always excited for videos, and number two, when you guys you're waiting for a video and you're tagging me and stuff, it makes it that much better. With that being said, I'm not excited for Sharif Cooper when it comes to a personal standpoint, because this is one of the worst things that has probably ever happened to him. If you're an OG or you've been watching the channel for a while, you know how we are. We like to crack jokes, laugh, and have fun just like anybody else. Trust me when I say this, I'm all here for that, and we want to have a good time. However, there's a fine line between having fun, cracking some jokes here and there, and harmless jokes and kicking a man when he's down. At this current point in time when I'm making this video, and when you're watching this video, Sharif Cooper is down bad. And I think saying down bad, that's a nice way to put it. He's down astronomically. Compared to where this guy was only a couple years ago, and even a year ago to where he is now, it's hard to even believe. We're going to talk all about that in tonight's video. We also got another basketball topic to talk about, and I'd say it's not even a side topic, but another main topic, and that's Shareef O'Neal. Although things are looking not so hot for Sharif Cooper, things are at all-time high for Shareef O'Neal. I just thought about this. The two main topics of this video, it's Sharif and Sharif. I guess you could say it's ironic I didn't plan on that, but yeah, Shareef O'Neal, he's got some great news, and we're going to talk about that. I'll give you a hint on the O'Neal situation. He just signed a contract for over 6 figures. You may not think 6 figures is a lot, but we'll touch on this later in the video. May I remind you, this guy didn't even play in college. He only averaged like 1.8 points per game. We've got a lot to talk about and go over with both of those topics, but real quick though, what are you doing? There are so many of you watching right now and you're not subscribed to the channel. Look man, I'm not gonna lie to you and beat around the bush. We're trying to hit 300K. If you like basketball content, I got a proposal for you. You may be sitting there saying, yo Matt, why should I subscribe? Well, here's my counter argument. Why shouldn't you? Subscribing to the channel is 100%, and let me emphasize this, 100% free, and it helps us out tremendously. And if you don't want to subscribe, that's cool, no hard feelings. It is what it is. And now, without further ado, let's get into it. I don't care. We're getting into the juicy stuff first. We're talking about Sharif Cooper, but first, real quick, nobody sent me this. I saw it myself on Twitter somewhere. What is this? So apparently there's this model on Instagram that is trying to say that LeBron James was creeping on her and all he did was view her story. And the funniest part about this, and it's not even funny, my bad, the saddest part about it is she thought she did something. Maybe I'm out of the loop on this, but since when is viewing somebody's story on Instagram, not even sliding in the DMs, but viewing a story, creeping on them? I'm not even going to talk about that too much. I just want to bring that up and get your guys' opinion. I think that's one of the stupidest things I've ever seen. Do you know how many times for me that somebody just sends me a random story and I click on it? It doesn't mean I'll stalking your page. I don't know, man. That beats everything I've ever seen. Yeah, maybe you got to have an argument if LeBron would have DM'd you and said, hey, with a winky face, but that didn't happen. But that's what she's trying to say happened. She's acting like LeBron DM'd her and was trying to sneak behind his wife's back. I just think clout, it's one heck of a drug. And I get it, I really do. Everyone would be excited if LeBron James viewed their story. But I don't understand why you got to call him a creep. Why couldn't you said, hey, look who viewed my story, and nobody would have said nothing? Let me know what y'all think about that in the comment section. Is she tripping or what? Earlier today, it was officially announced that Sharif Cooper was waived by the Atlanta Hawks, and if you don't know what that means, let me dumb it down even more. He was kicked off of the team. Basically, they said, we don't want nothing to do with you, and we don't think you're improving. Even I'm kind of shocked by this, and if you've been watching the videos, you know I am not a believer in Sharife. It's not personal. As a matter of fact, I've stated this, I think he's a great and humble young man, great person. The sad truth is, and the reality is, and a lot of people, they don't like to live in reality, he's not a good basketball player at this current moment in the NBA. And I get it, he has this huge and major fan base that is going to back him till the day he dies, but just because you like somebody, it doesn't mean you can't be unrealistic. I don't know how many times I have to say it. I like Cooper, and I want to see him succeed. I'm wishing him the best of luck, and yet people still get mad at me when I say he's not playing that good. Whenever a player goes out there and shoots 7% in 2 games, shoots 0% in 3 games beyond the three-point line, and plays terrible in the summer league, what do you want me to say? Do you want me to come here and say, oh yeah, he's playing excellent? No, that's me being delusional. Maybe you do want me to say that. I don't know, but it's not going to happen. You can say and feel however you want about me, but you can't say that I don't keep it real, because I do. I'm going to give you the honest truth. Most other creators, they're not going to do that because they're scared to hurt somebody's feelings, or they're scared to get quote unquote canceled. Me saying Sharif Cooper can't shoot a basketball and he's playing terrible, that's nothing personal. Notice how every take I have on every player situation, it doesn't get personal. I only talk about their abilities when it comes to sports. I hate to break the news to you, but that's not hating. Now, if I said Sharif Cooper, he's ugly, he's got big feet, he's got a big nose or something like that, yeah, that's pushing it and that's being a hater. But when it comes to his game and he goes out there and shoots 10% from the field, and I come up here and say, yeah, he shot 10% from the field, that's not hating, that's facts. You already know, let's take a look at the comments. This person said, he's still living a guy's dream by being with Ash Cash, he's good, and under that somebody replied, if he ain't making NBA money, no way she stays with him. And I've also seen a ton of comments on Instagram and Twitter talking about they broke up, and I don't know where you guys are getting that news from, because you can go to their Instagrams and see they still post pictures and they still comment on each other's pictures, so they are not broken up. But I can guarantee you this, if he doesn't sign to a team or start making that NBA money, she won't be with him too much longer. If you don't want to believe a single other thing I say in this video, you better believe this. Girls like Ash Cash, which are rare, they're only going to date dudes that are making millions and millions of dollars in NBA players or NFL athletes. I'm not one of those weirdo simps for Ash Cash, but good God, man. Have you seen that woman? She is a, how do I say this nicely? A fine looking young lady. Let's go to the best of the best though, and that is no other than the Twitter comment section. The Atlanta Hawks posted down and made it official. Roster update. We have requested waivers on guard Sharif Cooper. And under that, somebody said who wouldn't, and showed the screenshot of him scoring 1.5 points per game and shooting 7%. Somebody replied under it and said, is that real? I'm telling you right now, if I didn't watch those games and I saw that stat thing, I would think that's not real. I mean, Sharif Cooper, that is just not like him. I've kept up with him ever since high school and even at Auburn, and it's hard to believe he's had this big of a fall off. And remember, I've been telling y'all for what, over a year now, that he's not that guy, and y'all still think I'm crazy. Go back to the videos I posted over a year ago. I've been said this, and you guys, y'all killed me for saying it, but now you're realizing it. Say what you want about Matt, but a lot of my crazy takes, well, I don't think they're crazy, but you guys think they're crazy. They're not too crazy after all. And I've stated this before, I'm going to say it again. I'm not some genius, it's just common sense. He's an undersized point guard who's not athletic, he can't shoot the basketball, and he runs the game at a slow pace. You can get away with that in high school and even in college, but not in the NBA. Nah, this the one right here. Somebody said, something happened over the last 10 days. It might have been a simple conversation between Sharif Cooper and the GM. That didn't end well. And then under that, somebody replied, or maybe he averaged 1 point per game on 7% shooting, LOL. No, this is the best comment. Somebody said, what do this mean? And somebody replied, it means he don't got a job. Oh my God, that's facts. And that's why I said earlier in this video, him getting waived, in other terms, he got kicked off. Because a lot of people don't know what waive means. Being quote unquote waived is a nice way to say, we don't want you anymore. On a serious note, let's get down to business. It is kind of strange though, because it was only what? I think 3 or 4 days ago, sometime last week, he signed a two-way offer. And then only 3 or 4 days later, they waive him. I really like this comment because it's interesting. The Hawks did Sharif Cooper so wrong, wasted his rookie year, never given a fair opportunity to prove he could play. Him getting selected by the Hawks was also another major reason why I told y'all last year it wasn't going to work out. I knew they had no intentions of bringing him up to the real team and giving him a shot. Because him and Trae Young, they can't be on the same court together at the same time. It could never happen in a million years. Him getting picked up by the Hawks was arguably, in my opinion, one of the worst things that could have happened to him. I have no problem whatsoever with the people saying he didn't get a fair opportunity, because in reality, I don't think he did either. Now, with that being said, I still don't believe he'd have been putting up 20 points per game in the regular NBA even if he did get that opportunity. I could read comments all day because they are so funny, but last but not least, before we move on to the next topic, what's next for Sharife? A lot of people out there don't understand this, and I don't know why, but not every player does get that fair opportunity in the NBA. Hopefully he does get a fair shot to prove he can play at the NBA level, but that may not ever happen. You might see this happen where he just continues to get into that rut and cycle where he gets traded by a ton of teams and is going back down from the G League to the NBA on a two-way contract. I hope that doesn't happen. I'm wishing him the best of luck. It seems like that could be a reality, though. Moving on to our next and final topic of this video for tonight, we got no other than Sharif, not Sharif Cooper, but Shareef O'Neal. I'm not going over the backstory, and I'm not explaining what's happened in the past month or two. We know what's going on. It's been a big controversy how he decided to leave college early and go to the NBA, and everybody knew he wasn't ready, including his dad. He got picked up by the Lakers Summer League team, didn't do so hot, but it is what it is. Everybody expected that. In 3 years of college basketball, he only averaged 1.8 points per game, so what do you expect? If you can't even play for a college team like LSU, why would I believe for a second you could even thrive in the NBA? Oh, wait a minute, there is a slight chance and reason for that because his dad is Shaquille O'Neal. If this dude's last name wasn't O'Neal, there is no way he'd be getting any of these opportunities. I don't care what you say. If you say otherwise, you're a complete idiot. But anyways, the reality of the situation, we gotta come to terms with it. He is Shareef O'Neal, so he is gonna get these opportunities, deserved or not. And guess what got announced earlier today? He's signing a 6-figure contract with the G League at night. Look, I get it. 6 figures for that family doesn't seem like a lot, but for how good this guy is, it is a lot. Because this guy shouldn't even be in the NBA point blank period, and I'm talking about the G League, anything like that. So the fact he's getting a 6-figure deal, it blows my mind. Everybody with any basketball IQ, you know this. There are so many other players that deserve this opportunity. Check out this comment. He is actually a pretty solid player, and he showed some promise in Summer League. He's had a rough few years health-wise. Good to see him just be able to do what he loves. Somebody replied for that. Good for him, but he's not good at basketball. Definitely not quote-unquote pretty solid. Couldn't even get on the court at LSU even when healthy. Just like the Sharif Cooper thing. It's facts. That guy didn't hate. He said facts. Look, the bottom line is, you know how I feel about Shareef O'Neal. I've done my fair share critiquing him. I don't think he's ready for the NBA, and I don't think he deserves an opportunity. I'm not going to criticize him too much. Here's what I am going to do. I'm going to congratulate him. That's awesome. I hope he goes out there and he proves me wrong, and it's awesome that he got a 6-figure deal. I believe he has talent, but I don't think he has NBA talent. And I don't understand how you could even justify saying he does because he didn't even play at the college level. That's been my debate on the Shareef O'Neal thing. If you think he's good and you think he deserves this, where's your evidence? That's all I'm going to say about that. Once again, though, wish him the best of luck, and hopefully he proves me wrong. I am very curious. Let me know what you think about the Cooper situation and also the Shareef O'Neal situation. But yeah, what I'll be saying,